All right, all right. This is a great slide to begin with because life and design is all about scale. Lloyd Alter in Tree Hugger magazine, who is heavily borrowed from here, likes to say small fridges make great cities. The idea is that people who have small fridges are out in their community every day, buying what is seasonal and fresh, buying as much as they need, responding to the marketplace, the baker, the vegetable store, and the neighborhood vendor, not taking an SUV to the superstore for 2 weeks of groceries. This is the Carborough Farmers Market. That's a long slide. It's not just our fridges. Our portion sizes grow as fast as our houses. It takes more space to grow it all, more space to store it all, more waste to get rid of, and more carbon to add to our atmosphere. Really, it's all about size. So B.F. Schumacher said small is beautiful, and Lyle Estel said small is possible, and the politicians in Washington say banks are too big to fail. So what are we talking about? What's a girl to do? Let's talk about transportation. Volkswagen's slogan in 1965 was "Think Small," and we should have listened. The Bug, a great name, was our solid transportation through 1,000 miles of backcountry in central Mexico. But America was all about gas-guzzling Fords and Chevys, pedal to the metal, cheap gas, and devil take the hindmost. Here is Miss Concrete and Miss Blacktop with President Eisenhower celebrating our massive interstate highway system, progenitor of suburban America, and that masculine symbol of freedom and success, the big auto. Check out the guy on the left looking at his watch. I like that. That's a great picture. But it didn't work out so well for everybody. What we got in the bargain was a damaged environment, dependence on foreign oil, overburdened state and local budgets, abandonment of inner city poor, and reckless speculation in real estate developments. Those are all bad things. What does all this overconsumption bring us to? A scorched earth. Animals driven to extinction, or the margins, foul air and foul water. This is the Bingham Canyon lands of Utah, sacrificed for our luxuries and photographed by the great David Mizell. How do we move from there to someplace like here? A place of appropriate technology and scale with no small measure of beauty. Maybe not an iPod house with its own smart car like this, but a strategy where we use less food, less fuel, less space, less land, less money. This is the slide that tells it all. Look at that. In 1950, the average house size was 983 square feet. By 2010, it jumps to 2,438 and uses 3 times the amount of energy. Just check that out. So, in fact, as we add insulation and smart thermostats and double glaze our windows, our energy consumption per capita keeps going up as our houses keep getting bigger and our families keep getting smaller, and the cost of paying for it all keeps going up. Here is a house I know well because I live in it. About the same size as the 1950 house, 3 rooms, built of local materials, dirt and pine mostly, constructed by a party of friends and Chatham County artists, some of whom are in the room. My biggest electrical bill in 10 years, $65. Tree Huggers founder Graham Hill built a dwelling where he can feed dinner for 12, sleep 4, work from home, and fix his bicycle in 400 square feet with good design. And good design has many faces, many practitioners, from architect to prefab to owner-built. So the tiny house movement grows and grows, so to speak. And it's not just about efficiency, but it's about homegrown beauty, too. There are now dozens of companies and thousands of do-it-yourselfers making tiny houses like this cabin. Gorgeous, bright, airy, unique. Creativity is everywhere. In 1979, I was an editor for Communities magazine, and we visited a graphics firm in downtown Manhattan where a commune of 5 lived in a place like this, a posh office during the day where all the furniture converted into beds every night. Here in Chatham County, we have many examples of beautifully designed, appropriately scaled, hand-built dwellings, such as Katie Kioso Kinlan's two-story Cobb house above Dry Creek. Or cabinet maker Logan Parker's off-the-grid post and beam straw bale house, which he showcased in another Pecha and became the focus of a reality TV show. Both of these houses were built with the aid of an extraordinary and often forgotten asset of community capital: friends. At the other end of the spectrum, a company called Narchitects in New York City is building a prefab tower of very small units with high ceilings for storage and built-in Murphy beds. Lyle, something like this may eventually appear on the biofuels campus. Don't you think so? There are many beautiful cities around the world where people live in tiny dwellings and forego cars for public transportation. The street becomes your living room and theater, the restaurant your dining room, hopefully with mountains and open space crowded close and accessible. This is Guanajuato, Mexico, but it could be Boulder or Madrid. Finally, stepping off the hard grid of the gigantic American consumption machine is not just an issue of lowering our ecological footprint. It leads us to live within the scale of our humanity, to enjoy freedom and flexibility, and to thrive in this, a rich community. Thank you.